Hey YouTube friends, welcome on back to my channel. I apologize, I've done my best here with lighting, but it's a very dreary November 1st day here in Ontario, Canada. Today I'm going to go through my home fragrance empties for the month of October 2019. I apologize, Pepper has already knocked most of my empties on the floor. Pepper's my cat, for those of you who are new to my channel. We're just gonna roll with it. I'm hoping I don't have to film this video multiple times. Let me go turn that fan off. I thought that I had made it quiet in here. All right, guys, sorry about the delay. Okay, so I did pretty good. I made my way through a fair amount of fall home fragrance stuff. So let's get into it because these videos tend to get long. I did pull up scent notes for everything that I was able to. So first of all, let's talk. I think we should do candles first. Let's talk Bath and Body Works. All right, just grabbing the right scent notes here. Okay, first off, let's talk about, oh, here comes Pepper. I called it. She's back. Gather. Beautiful packaging, gorgeous lid. This is one of the prettiest packagings I've seen ever come from Bath and Body Works. Take a look there at performance, pretty clean. Oof, strong, still strong. Gather is described as bourbon glazed apples, maple, sugar, creamy vanilla with essential oils. I found this one a lot on the sweet side when I bought it. I feel like I bought this candle mostly for the packaging, and I should learn my lesson. I can't really say that I got apples or vanilla when burning. I think the maple sort of came through. I'll be honest, it was a clean burn. I'm so sorry about Pepper. Let's just say hi to Pepper. Here she is. Pepper, say hi. Hi, baby. That's Pepper. She just has to be part of the action. Gather. Okay. I'm easily distracted, can you tell? I would not repurchase. I found this candle, despite a relatively clean burn. I had it in the kitchen, and honestly, it just smelled like burning sugary plastic. I barely finished it. I don't know if it was just too sweet for me or what, but I don't want to spend a lot of time on it because it wasn't the best experience, but yeah, I wouldn't repurchase Gather. Not for me. I believe I was not able to find scent notes for this one, which was weird. Oh, I was, but I'm not sure if they're accurate. Okay, bourbon maple in the luminary packaging with the tree lid. Kind of a sooty burn there towards the end. This candle I have purchased in the past. Bourbon maple, the description I found online is for last year's bourbon maple, so I can't guarantee it's the same. But last year's description was a blend of barrel-aged bourbon, sugared amber, and maple wood. I didn't find this one to smell much different than last year's. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed last year's. This one was far superior as far as aesthetic. I love the packaging. It was beautiful when burning, but it got sooty, as I just showed you. Like right now, it smells like smoke. It was a typical Bath and Body Works candle in the sense that it was great until the halfway point. Would I repurchase? Probably. I think I need to start melting more candles when they start to go funky at the halfway point. It's just, I burn candles for the aesthetic, right? So it bums me out that halfway through the candle that I want to stop burning it because it goes funky. But you guys, those of you who purchase Bath & Body Works candles, I'm sure are not new to this issue, right? You've probably been there, done that. Up next, the beloved Pumpkin Peanut Brittle with the lid that I love and raved about when I purchased it. You guys, those of you who sort of follow me a little bit on my channel probably remember me purchasing a lot of these. All three of these I purchased this year. Pumpkin Peanut Brittle is described as crunchy caramel brittle, salty peanuts, toasted pumpkin seeds with essential oils. So let's talk about this candle. Right now it still smells decent, despite, I hope you can see, like really sooty. This one went really sooty. Yeah, it does smell a little bit burnt. So the whole toasted pumpkin seeds note, I feel like somewhere in my brain that makes the burnt smell almost okay, which isn't okay. This candle, I will link below. I did a full review of this candle last year because it was new last year. This year, the scent I think was the same. I didn't find a huge difference from last year's version. The burn was not the same. The burn was sort of shit this year, unfortunately, especially at the dreaded halfway point. I don't know if you can see. It's a little schmutzy there. I would repurchase this candle. I would give it another try. It's one of those candles I might have to start melting instead of burning, unfortunately. But we'll see. Up next, no surprise here, my beloved Autumn. Love this lid also. I did like this packaging. A couple of things to talk about here, because I finished 2 Autumns. I finished my very first ever Bath & Body Works single wick. But first, let's talk about the 3-wick. Woo! If I can get through this without breaking something, right? Then we'll talk about it. All right, scent notes, obviously, for both candles. Bright red gala apple, juicy fig, eucalyptus leaf, fir balsam with essential oils. So, I'm just smelling the 1 wick. Okay, this candle smelled the same as it did last year and the year before. Love this candle, will always love this candle. Here's the deal. I had the 3-wick burning sort of in my entryway. Throw, great. Scent, great. My issue with this candle, and it wasn't at the halfway point, it was past the halfway point when there was about 1/3 of the candle left. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. And you're not going to be able to tell this because I corrected it. But around this point here, around here, I walked by it one night and noticed it wasn't very bright. One of the wicks had extinguished itself. The wicks went real puny with this one. So I blew it out, let the wax cool, and relit it, and it looked promising. About an hour later, went in to check on it, and the wicks, although they were still burning, were so low that it was starting to affect the throw. It was still a clean burn in the sense that, like, I wasn't getting soot. The scent didn't change, but I could barely smell it. So I can't say that I cotton balled it because I didn't. What I did is the lazy man way, and I just dumped out some of the hot wax, let it cool, and relit it. The shitty thing about that is when I relit it, so then the wicks were really long. I relit it, and it pretty much was done after that. Like, I got maybe another hour or 2 out of it, and it was done. So that sucks, because the strength and throw had been great. The scent had been clean and great. It just went funky at the end. However, I feel like I've been really negative about these candles. I'm just being honest. You guys know I'm always honest. This, on the other hand, my very first 1 wick, unreal, guys. It still smells damn near the way it did when I first lit it. Like that clean. Unreal. I can't complain about that one wick. I think I need to start trying some more one wicks. I had that going in my bedroom and it was enough strength and throw for my bedroom, and I have a decent sized bedroom, guys. So, I mean, it was a good clean burn. It smelled good. In the beginning, to be honest, the first probably 2 or 3 burns, it seemed to struggle to pull out. To be fair, I keep my bedroom pretty cold and my window open at all times, so that could have been part of it. But I really was consistent and stuck with it, and I made sure those first 2 or 3 burns to just be really patient and let it pool out. And I'm glad I did. It was worth it in the end. It ended up being an amazing candle experience. I can't say enough about that one wick. I hope they're all like that, to be honest, because yeah, that was awesome, guys. All right, let's get into Scentsy, because this video is going to be long enough. You're going to notice that I'm not doing scores on strength, throw, all of that, just because when it comes to home fragrance empties, I have too much stuff at this point. I'm going through so much these days that my videos would be an hour long. So I'll mention them, but I'm not going to give detailed reviews about every product the way that I used to. However, if you would like me to do a detailed review on something specific, leave me a comment below. All right, Scentsy. I finished up another room spray, y'all. A Black Raspberry Vanilla. This is a classic. Black Raspberry Vanilla is described as delicious, sun-sweetened dark berries warmed with vanilla. I think this is my first Black Raspberry Vanilla room spray, which says a lot. I've probably had this for like 5 years. I don't use room sprays a ton. There was not a whole lot of this left, but what I did was when I changed my sheets a couple of weeks ago, I sprayed the shit out of my bed in this just to use it up. It was great. Loved it. Scentsy room sprays are not cheap. Let me move you here a little bit. They're not cheap, but they do last forever. And I tend to overuse them. I tend to use more, way more, actually, than you need to. You could probably get away with 1 or 2 sprays, but sometimes I just use them to use them because what's the point of having something and not using it, right? Okay. Before I get into the bars, I finished off 6 bars, but I also warmed something that I don't have an empty for. Honey Pear Cider. For those of you who remember me talking about Honey Pear Cider in one of my hauls, I ordered it without having ever smelled it, and I didn't know if I would like it. Honey Pear Cider is described as fresh, juicy pear and sweet honey together with subtle hints of ginger root, cinnamon, and clove. So when I smelled it on cold, instantly I was getting cinnamon and clove, which I do not enjoy. I wanted to smell the honey and the pear, and I wasn't getting the honey and pear. But often things change when warmed, so I wanted to give it a chance. So I put 2 cubes in 2 different element warmers, 8-watt element warmers, about 8 or 10 feet away from each other. 8-watt warmers don't really give off a lot of strength and throw, so I thought it was a good way to try the scent because it's a strong scent. That way, if I hated it, maybe I could just bear it. So here's the thing. Day 1 and day 2, a little bit of day 3, I was getting the strangest banana note. That's what I was getting from Honey Pear Cider. But I'm okay with that. I like fruity scents. I love fruity scents, actually. So I thought, okay, I'm kind of digging this. It's not, you know, straight up cinnamon and clove, which is what I was afraid of. And then it turned. You know, scents change. There are top notes, mid notes, bottom notes. I'm not going to get into the science of all that. But often fruit is a scent that sort of goes away quickly. And when it did, I was getting straight up cinnamon and clove. I never got pear. I never got honey. So yeah, on day 3, I took it out and threw it away. And I had half a bar left, and I gave it to my friend. I was going to sell it, and then I thought, you know what? You know, when my friend's over, I'll just let her smell it, and if she likes it, she can have it. She liked it. It's gone with her. I will not repurchase Honey Pear Cider. Okay. Let me just get set up here for the bars. Okay. Let's talk about Driftwood Bay. You guys are going to recognize a lot of these if you watch my Scentsy haul videos. So Driftwood Bay. Just giving it a sniff right now. Find a hideaway and layers of sea salt, mist, and white cyclamen scattered over sun-drenched driftwood. I like this scent. It is a sort of fresh, aquatic, woodsy scent, which I am into. But honestly, I don't know if I would repurchase. This was in my Scentsy Club because I knew it was going to sell out and I wanted to try it. So I got my 1 bar and I've now removed it from my Scentsy Club. I can live without that scent. I liked it. I mean, if it came back in the catalog next summer, I might order another scent or another bar. It was a decent performer. It lasted a few days, you know, pretty strong as those sort of masculine scents are. And here comes Pepper again. She'll probably knock some stuff down. But yeah, I mean, I liked it, but not necessarily a repurchase. I might try 1 more bar, but I'm fine to not have it in my Scentsy Club. Up next is Endless Sea, which also was in the same collection. I threw it in my Scentsy Club because I thought I would love it. Endless Sea is described as sail-free as sea breeze and airy musk mingle with a hint of linen sailcloth. Now, I was a little bit concerned about this one on cold. See, now I like it again, now that I'm smelling it. This one has almost an Atlantic air vibe, but it's not Atlantic air. There's something airy about it that I do really enjoy, but it kind of went funky when I was warming it, which does happen sometimes. I waited until I was done the bar to decide, and then I decided to remove it from my Scentsy Club because nothing will ever beat my beloved Atlantic Air, which is in my Scentsy Club. I would love for that to come back, or something similar to come back, but Endless Sea wasn't quite it for me. So all that's left are warm, cozy fall scents, now that we're past the fresh, masculine type scents. Let's talk about another one I have never worn before. Guys, these are like all new scents to me, so that's kind of cool. Apple butter frosting. Let this heartwarming medley of baked cinnamon spiced apples and decadent vanilla buttercream be the icing that finishes your holiday decor. Whew, I just dropped some wax on my face. Look how oily this bar was. And it's a newish bar. Like, this bar I have purchased within the year. Can you see how oily? But I mean, it didn't affect performance. So I was worried again when I purchased this because on cold all I could smell was cinnamon. But it was okay. I mean, I liked it. People rave about apple butter frosting. Like, they love apple butter frosting. I would probably repurchase one, you know, every fall kind of thing. It is a sweet, creamy vanilla with apple and like a tiny touch of cinnamon. When warming, unfortunately, there were times that I was getting more cinnamon than I enjoy, which kind of sucked for me, but I mean, the rest of it was so nice that I could handle it, so. Oh, Pepper. Okay, guys. Let's talk about Maple Apple Bourbon, which is described as juicy red apple and rich maple. Get in the holiday spirit with a splash of bourbon. I didn't love this one, guys. Whew, spicy. Those of you who watched my haul when I purchased this, you'll probably, or you may or may not remember my strong reaction to the spice in it. I didn't think I was going to love it, and I didn't love it. It kind of took on like a burnt cinnamon maple scent at some point, which just turned me off. Performance-wise, like, I mean, it was strong and it lasted. I can't really complain about that. But there is you can get a maple. I didn't really get apple from it. I think my thing with apple is that I've learned to really love apple scents. So when I want an apple scent, I want to smell the apple. I'm okay with an apple being blended in a scent, but I still need to smell the apple, and I wasn't really getting apple from Maple Apple Bourbon. Will not repurchase that one. I mean, I'm sure some people love it. It's just not for me. Up next, Mocha Doodle, which is described as delicious roasted coffee beans and cocoa balanced with sugar, caramel, and heavy cream. I don't get that. I think I mentioned this in a haul video. I get dulce de leche. I get toffee butter crunch. If you guys remember those Scentsy classics, that's what I get from this. Like, maybe even like a, even though it's not in the description, maybe even a little nutty note. It's like a caramel, warm caramel, bakery, delicious, amazing scent. Love Mocha Doodle. And guys, let's talk performance. Whoa. Mocha Doodle performs, y'all. I had 2 cubes in 2 warmers in my living room, and I kid you not, I got sick of the scent before it went away. I mean, it dwindled a little, but like, I had it in those warmers for a week. Half a bar for a week, and it was still going, and I just threw it away because I was ready for something new. I get bored real quick, y'all. That's why performance as far as longevity of scent, I gotta get rid of this cat. She's driving me nuts. Pepper, honey, you're killing me. Please go. 5 minutes, honey. Yeah, I'm okay with a scent not lasting a week. Because usually within that week, I want to try something new. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could always save the wax for future use, but see, it's not even Pepper's fault. It's my fault. Okay. Let's just let them all fall. Anyway, long story short, Mocha Doodle is bomb. Try it. Please try it. I think if you like bakery, you will love Mocha Doodle. I don't know anyone who doesn't love Mocha Doodle, and honestly, it's a classic. It's been around forever, and I am almost embarrassed that this is the first time I purchased it. I was reluctant because of the scent description, but to me, it doesn't smell like the scent description, so funny that. Anyway, last but not least, another new scent to me, and this packaging, this label is just so freaking cute, y'all. Cozy Cardigan. Cozy Cardigan is described as find bedded bliss in layers of soft suede, blushing rose, and amber silk. Look how pretty. It's like sweater knit on the label, and that like dusty pink. Oh, this unreal. Okay. Cozy Cardigan. Based on that description, I had no interest in this. But from watching other reviewers, other people who talk Scentsy, candles, whatever, other people like me, I don't know, it was talked up so much, I thought I had to try it. I mean, if I didn't, I would always wonder, and what if it never came back, right? So I added it to my Scentsy club because I wanted to give it a go before, I mean, you never know when a scent isn't going to come back. So when I read soft suede, blushing rose, and amber silk, I still don't know what amber smells like. I feel like it's in a lot of things, and I don't know what amber smells like. Blushing rose, I don't tend to like rose scents. I don't tend to like florals. The soft suede sort of sounded interesting to me. It made it sound cozy and fall-like. And you know what? This scent is cozy and fall-like. I warmed this bar almost exclusively in my bedroom and loved it. At one point, I had 1 cube in my bathroom, 2 cubes in my bedroom. It's, you know, a medium strength and throw, which is fine. This is not a scent that I would really want to be super strong. but I really, really like it. I think for now I will keep it in my club to get at least one more bar, which I may save for next fall. I don't know. I mean, I think you could use this scent year round, to be honest. It's just a cozy bedroom scent, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm glad I tried that. There's a lot of new stuff here. Scentsy in particular. In fact, all 6 Scentsy bars that I talked about here today were the first time I tried them, actually. So that's kind of cool. So you get to learn along with me. And wow, this video ended up being super long. Even without me getting into great detail. I sure like to talk, don't I? Apologies, guys. I will link below my full review of the Pumpkin Peanut Brittle. If I have a review of Autumn, I will link that too. I'm not sure if I do, to be honest. Anyway, that's that. That's what I made my way through in October. I'm very, very proud of myself. I think I did very well. And it was a really good month for home fragrance. What have you guys been burning? What have y'all been warming? I'd love to know. What do you think of any of these scents? I know many of you enjoy Autumn as much as I do. And when I say that, I mean Autumn the candle. But I also know many of you just enjoy the season. So yeah, that's that. Okay, guys, until my next video, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that jazz. But until next time, I hope y'all are having a wonderfully scented day. Here's what I made my way through, guys. All right. Until next time. Bye.